Hello there, you're watching our television. This is Daily Business. I am Pamanda Katukampala. With our top stories. Sri Lanka and India must forge together for regional development, President says. Health Ministry must ensure transparent distribution of drugs, Government asserts. Welcome back. Now let's have a detailed look at these stories. Now, President Ranil Wickremesinghe stressed the need for transparent drug distribution and real-time updates to improve access to medications in Sri Lanka. The President said this during a meeting with the Health Ministry officials at the Presidential Secretariat last Friday.
Medical personnel who have not yet been registered in the SLMC, Health Ministry, SLMC and the Secretary to Prime Minister will have the necessary amendments to the regulations in the next 2 weeks. Kidney transplant for overseas patients are being allowed, and all applications for medical schools have to allow them in respect of, I think, Kuliapiti Hospital must be fully equipped. The Treasury also give priority so that Vayamba students will study at Kuliapiti and Kurunegala becomes available for the Kurunegala University College. We'll look at the full utilization of the KDU hospitals, and we have to ensure that there should be no excuse as to delay in people getting drugs. Next issue is the personnel available. So that the ministry will report to us what has to be done. And all health facilities must be fully utilized before we go in for new facilities. We also want transparency in drugs. So all the drugs in Sri Lanka, there will be websites run by the Health Ministry which will say the total amount available and the amount available in each hospital, which will change daily as they consume the drugs, and the networking system so that even drugs can go from one hospital to another without having to go through the usual bureaucratic setup.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized the importance of Sri Lanka and India having strong cultural and economic relations in the journey towards development. The President said this while addressing the Indian CEO Forum Annual Fellowship Banquet in Colombo recently.
India is fast developing. India has done rapid economic restructuring, especially under the government of Prime Minister Modi. And you can see the results now. Sri Lanka, unfortunately, had to undergo this crisis, but we are coming out of it. I thought we can't be dragging this out like Greece. We are not a Greek tragedy, but a country that can always recover. And as the country recovers, we have to get back to economic restructure. We started earlier, but we have slowed down. And we too, once the debt restructuring is over, we are already planning the growth agenda. A massive restructuring of our economy, of our laws, of our systems. So we would find that India and Sri Lanka be having the same system. But we want to build up a highly competitive economy which can compete with the world, a green economy and a digital economy. So this is what we are working at. So in this journey, we should go together. That's what we have done for 2,500 years. Whatever be the political relations, the cultural and economic relations were always firm, on a firm foundation. So my task now, when I go to India, will be, as Gopal said, to look at what is the connectivity, how close connectivity are we to have. So first is decide what is the long-term objectives and goals of our two countries' relationship. We are going into a new age, we must go there together.
Meanwhile, Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara announced that discussions were held with the Indian Oil Corporation for an oil distribution pipeline connecting Nagapattinam, Trincomalee and Colombo. The Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara took to Twitter to make the announcement recently. The minister said that in the meeting that he requested the IOC to consider a two-way oil and gas pipeline that aligns with the government's development plan for the Trinco Tank Farm and Energy Hub. He tweeted that the proposal considers future refinery developments, oil and gas exploration, pipeline connections to domestic LPG terminals. The minister also added that the project aims to target regional oil and gas export markets while meeting the energy requirements of both countries. Minister Wijesekara said before finalising the project scope for approval, the feasibility and technical requirements of the project will be thoroughly assessed. As per the minister, the meeting was attended by the officials from the Indian High Commission, Power and Energy Ministry, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and Lanka Indian Oil Corporation. See you soon with more stories after this short commercial break.
Even if they force me to turn back 1,000 times, I'll keep trying.
They're determined, driven, and often unwelcome. Millions of people are desperate to start a new life abroad. What do they face on their journey there, and how can they make a fresh start?
Welcome back, you're watching State of Business. Now, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardene said that opening of a diplomatic residence demonstrates that both New Zealand and Sri Lanka recognise the importance of enhancing cooperation. The Prime Minister said this at the official opening of the New Zealand High Commission of Sri Lanka in Colombo on Friday. The Prime Minister said this step will assist in forging stronger links between the two countries across all spheres, focusing primarily on advancing economic, trade and investment partnership. The Prime Minister pointed out that Sri Lanka and New Zealand are the oldest democracies in Asia and Pacific, and both countries have enjoyed universal franchise since 1931. The Prime Minister further said that New Zealand has produced nearly 1,000 qualified nurses for Sri Lanka. He further added that New Zealand has conducted school dental clinics in almost 500 schools across the country. The Prime Minister urged New Zealand to further collaborate in providing dental expertise and educational affiliations with New Zealand dental universities. High Commissioner Mitchell Appleton said opening of the resident mission is a chance for the two countries to take their close relations to the next level. The event also featured a haka performance reflective of the culture of New Zealand's indigenous people. Now, the first artificial beach built in Sri Lanka was opened at the Colombo Port City complex on the 15th of this month. Accordingly, both locals and foreigners are given the opportunity to visit and enjoy the entire beach area of nearly 3.5 kilometers completely free of charge. The artificial beach area comprises of restaurants and water activities for visitors. Meanwhile, major investments are trickling into Port City in Colombo, which is the largest development project in Sri Lanka. The public will be able to visit and enjoy the entire beach area, including the Marina Promenade walking path of 500 meters, which was opened to the public in 2022. A total of 91 hectares of land has been opened for public, including green spaces and a central park along with walkways, waterways and park connecting paths. In addition, the construction of the duty-free shop area of the Port City has also been completed, and the shops are expected to be opened by next April by the investor. Meanwhile, the Colombo Municipal Council will spend almost 900 million rupees for the construction of the north and south sewage system of the Port City. Now, patience is a good quality which should be practiced by everyone, and it makes the foundation for all the positive outcomes in the world. That was mentioned by JW.org media spokesperson Sudat Fernando just before the commencement of their annual summit, which was held at the Sugatadasa Stadium during last weekend.
We have 6,000 conventions of this nature right around the world. The theme of this convention in 2023 is exercise patience. So patience is a godly virtue, quality that every human should inculcate. That's what we believe. if you exercise patience, how that can benefit them. And also as a country, how if citizen can exercise patience, how the country will also get benefit. Because we will be disciplined. If we are patient, we will be disciplined and we obey authorities, and there won't be any racial discrimination. There won't be any wars. That we believe that's very scriptural. So if we have that quality as a country also, there'll be a lot of benefits. And it's going to be beneficial for the economy as well. So that's why we strongly promote this godly quality, patience, and that has to be inculcated in every human's mind.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back with the stock update. Welcome back, you're with State of Business. Now the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The all-share price index gained 132.97 points to close at 10,727.99, and the S&P SL 20 gained 50.14 points to close at 3,156.92. The turnover was 3 billion rupees and over 135 million shares were traded. Coming up next are Forex rates. And that's it for tonight. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
State of Business was